Different intro. What's going on, everyone? This is a fantastic video. I want to bring my co-host of Evening Rants nightly, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on youtube.com/Evening Rants. And this is something we could talk about because it's both political as well as sort of fitness related. Alan, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing excellent today, sir. Yourself?
Couldn't be better. And this is a fascinating story. And I was wondering when it would happen and how it would happen. Would it be a female competing against females, a male competing against females, which I believe has happened in another country? Or would it be, this is something I never imagined, because essentially what you see on the screen and in the thumbnail and what I'm about to show you is a shirtless woman. I mean, there's boobs and everything, which is fascinating because it's basically public nudity. What do you think? I'll pull up the article and you could kind of give your opinion on it, like what you see.
Well, I speak, on the public nudity thing. Any place that a man can go shirtless, a woman should be able to also.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I love boobs. So
yeah, but like, do you love those boobs?
Not those boobs.
I don't know about that. I mean, I guess Eve messed it up for all of us, but I mean, you know, I'm kind of torn on the public breasticles for women.
I mean, I'm kind of a, you know, I don't think that women should be relegated to it. I don't think they should have to either, of course, but
well, I mean, we might as well mandate topless women. Let's do it. Only the hot ones, though.
So this is what I find wild about this is that, like, it's supposedly a trans man.
Yeah, I think yes, trans man. Correct. I had to look that up.
Is this supposed to be a natural, like a natural league, a natural?
It isn't. It isn't. It's the NPC Muscle Contest. Okay. So just put in perspective, the show I got my pro card at was put on by Muscle Contest. Right. So they do NPC as well as some IFBB shows. Fantastic people. This is not a slight at them, because I mean they probably were, you know, hit by it when she got on heat. Okay, what?
Dude, it's got boobies. That's a woman.
So. Okay, when she got on stage with the dudes, I'm sure everybody there was like, what do we do? And they just had to let it run, because I'm pretty sure this is something that'll be nipped in the bud. But if someone puts male on the application, what are they going to do? Because the entryway to the NPC, you simply have to buy a card, and it's like $75. You get your NPC card. They don't background check you, and you just have to pay your fee, and you can compete. Like, there's people like, how do I do a bodybuilding show? And the answer is you just pay. Like, there's no entryway. You could do an entry-level show, which this is. It's an NPC show, so anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. But, yeah, it's not a tested show, to answer that question.
Because that would be – because it's this weird thing that society has going on right now where it's like, you know, testosterone is almost demonized by everybody except for, like, 13-year-old girls that think they're boys. You know, like, I mean, like, if you're a 13-year-old girl that think you're a boy – they're like, oh my God, of course they should be on testosterone. Of course we should do this. Of course we should do this. But if you're like a 54-year-old dude and you start TRT because you fucking are crying all the time and you're depressed and shit like that, you can barely move. Not speaking from experience or anything like that. But like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you steroid head, like motherfuckers, like you can't win. But it's like, I mean, she's competing against other men that are going to be much better male condition. Do they, first of all, was this physique or was this an actual bodybuilding competition?
This is Classic Physique. Classic Physique is basically bodybuilders with weight caps based on their height, if that makes sense. So there's Physique, Classic Physique, then bodybuilding. And within bodybuilding, there's 212. So that's kind of how it lines up. Right. But let's go ahead and read this article from Fitness Vault. Yeah. Bodybuilder competes in Classic Physique at 2025 NPC Muscle Contest Challenge. A trans bodybuilder who competed over the weekend in Classic Physique has sparked debate among those following the sport. There's never a dull day in the sport of bodybuilding. In a recent Instagram post published on January 28th, 2025, fans react to an unlikely showdown at the 2025 NPC Muscle Contest Challenge, which saw a trans athlete compete in the Classic Physique category. The competition, sanctioned by the NPC in Los Angeles, took place on January 25th over the weekend. Standing on a Classic Physique requires a delicate balance of proportions and size alongside conditioning to highlight the symmetry and aesthetics that define a division. At the event, the competitor, who now identifies as male, made history in the NPC as one of the first trans athletes to compete on stage. Below, you could check out their performance as well as what fans and other bodybuilders had to say about the event. Oh, God, there's boobies.
That's just
I mean, and of course, some opinions. Antoine Villant said, well, that's a first. He's a pro. I don't understand. There's a woman. She's competing against men, said one commenter. Oh, F no, said another person. Gyno final boss, one person wrote.
Awesome. Awesome.
And looking amazing, the best for his future. Of course, you could tell where they voted. Nope, I'm done. The promoter is a joke to let this happen. But the promoter, I don't think Timur or Tarek, who are the event, they're great guys. Like, these are great guys. Like, I'm not by any means citing them. This is a societal conversation. If there's no rule in place, they can't deny entry to this individual. I assume this is biological female transitioning to male in general terms, FTM. It's usually that way around, so this is shocking, another wrote. This isn't the first time where the status quo was challenged in bodybuilding. Previously, controversy ensued after men's wellness division took center stage in 2024. While fans were quick to question the division would become a part of BB Pro League, Vice President Tyler Mannion at the time confirmed the league had no plans of any additional category. Men's wellness was essentially men poking out their butt in really short. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. Transgenderism in bodybuilding remains controversial, with some for and against the concept. Trans men's physique competitor and coach Cody Harmon went into detail on why they believe bodybuilding is a sport, perfect sport for trans men. They also emphasize how the sport can help serve as an exceptional confidence booster, since it's offered a structured environment where hard work, discipline, and self-improvement are directly reflected in physical progress. As for former 7-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath, he believes trans athletes should have their own division. Phil Heath is based. Speaking with the news host Piers Morgan, they tackled the controversy behind trans athletes in bodybuilding. Blah, blah, blah. Powerlifting. Recently, Lee Priest touched on this topic, who said that's ridiculous that biological males can compete against biological females. Yeah, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. So I want to go back to can help serve as a confidence booster. I don't give a shit about your confidence. I just don't care. Like, your confidence is not my concern. How about we put men in men's events, women in women's events, and if there's enough of them, then we give them their own event. I mean, it's pretty simple. Here's the actual. Let's see if we get to the actual. Oh, here it is. Competing. She is. He is. I don't know. I'm not trying to offend.
It's a she. That's the thing, though. It's not offensive. I'm going to call you what you look like what I identify you like. And if a person has a problem with that, they should work on their presentation, not me. Long hair,
boobies, an evident. That's a female butt. Like, yeah, this is. I mean. How is it going to improve theirs? I disagree with the self-esteem things. This is for attention, because you're not going to get better self-esteem by people calling you out online and questioning your genetics. And also, like, dude, get the top surgery. Like, what's going on here? Like, those are legit boobs. It's boobs. What those are boobs after administration of testosterone, probably.
Right.
I mean, I'm not an expert at that, but those don't look like normal boobs, but they're boobs nonetheless. So look, man, and here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. Like, forget it is a chick as a dude. You're not in fucking good shape.
Right.
If you're going to get on a bodybuilding stage, have some fucking respect and diet down. Like, that is not an acceptable condition for a bodybuilder. Dude next to her is shredded. Him. I don't know what to call this person. I think this is kind of absurd, and I think it's all for attention. The thing is, like, you know, they want so bad to be a protected class. They want so bad to be noticed. It's like, whatever happened to just cross-dressing and being like, okay, I'm cross-dressing. This is who I am. Everybody was like, cool, that's fine. But when you want to get up on stage and compete and the thing is, like, you're not good at it. Like, you're not good at this sport. It's not for you. It's not, especially with, how are you going to win a men's event with titties hanging out?
Well, even if they get the top surgery, here's the thing. No matter what, that's a biological female, like, no matter what. Right. And
true.
They're just way more inclined to hold on to body fat more than men. Like, getting down to the drugs that would be involved. And I don't know, but I would imagine the drugs that would be involved in getting down to that low of a body fat percentage to be presentable on stage, they would have to be like blasting gear to stay there. You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's
these
hard for
chicks
men.
get shredded.
You know,
these chicks get shredded. The bikini physique, fitness, like these girls just get figure. Man, they get super shredded. Women can't do it. Generally speaking, if you go to an enhanced event versus a natural event, there's a difference in how the women look. They're not as hard. They're not as grainy. They don't have shredded glutes. Like these IFBB women come on stage with shredded fucking glutes, and it's just I honestly don't think there should be any crossover. I don't think women should. I don't want to see women playing men's sports. Like we're having this discussion. I don't believe girls should ever wrestle boys, even young, because they don't change. There's no benefit in it to boys, right? So like there's no real physical difference in soccer and wrestling to like 12, 13 years old.
right?
And
Of course,
it
puberty.
completely flips the script with puberty.
Yeah.
So there's no, so if you're a 9-year-old boy, I was just talking, I'm not gonna say which coach, one of our coaches in wrestling. Okay, there's no ban. He wants to ban it. Women crossing over to him because there's plenty of women. Girls wrestling is the fastest growing sport in the world. It used to be they can only wrestle boys. There are no girls leagues. Now there are, but you still have girls coming over. So if you're a 10-year-old boy and you beat up a girl, you beat up a girl.
Right.
If you're a 10-year-old boy and you lose to a girl, you're not going to want to wrestle again. I would not doubt a lot of boys quit wrestling after losing to girls because there's no benefit. And knowing that later on, that girl's going to get completely destroyed, most likely by wrestlers at a higher level. Now, obviously, in high school, I know girls who could beat average guys, but that's the thing, like, it's like, well, girls are as good as men. Like that tennis match, right? Back in the day, it was a huge thing. Yeah, it was the top of the top professional woman versus a reporter. Right. You put her up against the top man. So as you go up in the rankings, you get different levels. So yeah, the best woman can beat the worst man, but the best woman can't compete. So they're like, that's the women's soccer team. Dude, they lost to 15-year-olds by a lot.
Yeah, by a lot.
It was 5-2, and the Dallas soccer club, they were literally just playing pass around at the end to not embarrass them too much.
You know, the thing is, like, I always think of Ronda Rousey when it comes to this, right? Ronda Rousey at one point in time, I mean, judo Olympian, you know, her judo is on next level, right? But if she rolled with, you know, guys her size that were even anywhere trained, they mocked her.
Or
because
smaller.
Yeah, because they just mocked her because like the leverage, first of all, the leverage advantage of the center of gravity is different. And there's just the strength difference is just profound. It's not, I mean, everybody's like, well, women's legs are strong. Stop. Like, stop it. You know, like that's true. Women can and should be able to defend themselves. I'm with it. If you're out there and you want your daughter to really, really feel safe, when she turns 18, buy her a gun, teach her how to use it. Teach her how to use it before 18. But playing in sports, this is just silliness. Like
it's insane.
It's a way for this woman to get attention because she's going to make money off this. She's going to make more money than any bodybuilder on that stage.
You're probably right. Especially at the amateur level, like these guys are still climbing up the ranks. And of course, the guy next to her commented one of the comments like, "Oh, great to all the athletes." I'm like, "Congratulations, you get your virtue signaling sticker. Congratulations." You know, it's just I'm tired of it. Like, and I think everybody's tired of it. I think it's one of the reasons that Trump won. I think I told you on Evening Rants, dude. I'm like, the biggest issue is going to be I think one of the huge issues that converted a lot of suburban moms to vote the way they did is the transgenders in sports issue. I think that was the smoking gun. That was the silent winner for Trump. Is that people were like, dude, it basically, but it woke people up to everything else that's crazy. Right? Like if they're this crazy about this issue, they're obviously crazy about other issues. And this is fine. Like you want to play these games, that's fine. But we're not being hateful. We're just being truthful.
No, absolutely.
I do not look, man, at the end, I know you want to see public nudity being legal for women. I think that's fine, but it isn't. So the fact that we can't, why not just bikini girl? Now I vote for the bikini girls being topless. I think that is a fantastic idea. But until imagine they'd save all the money on those suits, right? Yeah, those suits are like $1,000. So let's say, crazy. as long as the female competitors aren't allowed to be topless on stage competing with the women, they shouldn't be allowed to be topless on stage competing against the men. This is absurd. But it's LA.
It's LA, yeah. So and in New York, I believe New York City, it's like legal for a woman to be topless anywhere a man is. There's somewhere in New York it is. I know that.
Really?
But yeah, somewhere in New York. I remember it was like the law was passed a while ago. And of course there's in Florida, there's nude beaches and shit like that too. But even then, here's my thing. Like, so you're just like waddling, you're bringing your family and your kids onto this, like, to go support one of your friends who's a bodybuilder and shit like that. And you got your 5-year-old and all of a sudden titties run across the stage, bare nipple.
You're not used to seeing that. Like, we're not conditioned for that.
And because since we're not conditioned for that, the first thing to do is fucking stare, so like, did I just see, like, that's either super, just like they said, like Gyno's final boss, or those are some titties.
The first time my son saw a midget, he was like, I was like, Jesus. Stop staring at the midget, bro. It's human nature. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're gonna stare at weird shit, right?
Right.
I just think it's crazy that it happened now. Like you'd expect it to happen during the last 3-4 years, but now we're kind of like, okay, we're over this. Like, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let's move on and everybody just do their own thing. You can't just say you're something and be something. You could think you're something. That's fine. You have the right to do that. But to want us to give you special treatment for that, no, that's not how. Nobody should have special treatment. No. But this was really fun to watch. I really thought that was fun to watch. So, okay, let's get to comments real quick while we have a couple more minutes. Don't you have to show and provide a driver's license and ID? It's LA, so their driver's license, the law hasn't been completely through yet. So if you identify as a female in LA, you're a female on your driver's license.
That you don't even need an ID to vote in LA. So
yeah,
there's that.
I mean, they can sue you for that. I'm not faulting the promoters for this at all.
No, absolutely not. Like, the promoters were pretty much stuck, especially she's got big dick energy. Jesus.
Oh,
that's fucking amazing. Savage. So it's savage.
Yeah. I mean, see, here's the thing though, like, judging will cure this, right? Because no judge, unless they're trying to virtue signal, is gonna, because you get marked down for gyno. Right? Like, men get marked down for gyno, and that's nowhere near booby gyno. I guess she had straight breasts.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just really funny to watch. And somebody posted earlier, did you IFBB NPC cards are now $150? Now I'm glad I turned pro. Like, if I compete, I don't got to pay anything. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. $150 last time. I think it was 80 in 2021.
That's wild.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember, dude. It could have been 100. I don't remember. I was just like, whatever. Here's the credit card.
Here's the credit cards.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know, man. Where do you see? Do you see this stopping? Or you think it's going to open it up to more?
No, I think it's stopping. I mean, Trump just signed a bunch of executive orders, basically like destroying the whole trans movement. The thing is, like, the wild thing is, the trans people that I'm friends with, or that I'm in contact with online, not necessarily like in person friends, but contact with online, they're both of them that I talk to mainly, they're under the assumption that one's a trans man and one's a trans woman, right? And I have other friends that are trans, like I'm friends with Blair. I will talk to her all the time, but they all classify themselves as the biological sex that they're born. Like, so it's not a big deal for like true transsexuals. True transsexuals seem like they want to just like blend. You know what I mean? Like, that person wasn't trying to blend. Like, that person was like, let me be on stage, claim I'm a man, and have some titties out. Like that was all for attention.
That was all for, you can't convince me otherwise. Like, this is going to happen. You don't have to compete. That's not going to build up your self-esteem and confidence. That's not, because you're about to get blasted on.
You're about to get blasted on that shit. There's no way that anybody's going to like not like say shit. I mean, that is the person claiming that would help with their help with their self-esteem. They're on stage topless. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, they have pretty good self-esteem already. Like, here, and this is what Oh, I can't do it. No, never mind. I'll get us removed from YouTube. But,
Yeah. So
I was about to. Well, fuck it. Is this the song that they came out to?
I think you got 15. Oh no, I think you got 15 seconds before
I have to sign and approve, not a bot. God damn it.
Well, so there's no NPC Pro card. NPC leaves the IFBB Pro card. So, yeah, I think to get one, you have to actually get the right organization. But I think that covers it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. You could catch us every evening, Monday through Thursday. That's every evening, Monday through Thursday, not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It sounded like every evening, but I clarified it. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Evening Rants. That's youtube.com/Evening Rants. It's not about fitness. So if you like us for fitness and you don't like politics, don't watch it. If you like seeing two guys with ADHD rant about today's issues, then you'll love it.
Yes, absolutely, because that's pretty much what it is. And the biggest thing for people that watch Evening Rants that I always give this suggestion to, don't be too interested in what we list off as the topic.
Yeah, it might get mentioned at minute 32.
Yeah, don't get too invested in it, because we can just go on. Man, thanks
a lot,
guys. Brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. All right, guys, I'm signing you off. Here's an ad. Have a great rest of your day. Are you currently taking LMNT for your electrolytes? That's great. Electrolytes are very important, especially for athletes. The problem is I think they took it a little too far. 1,000 milligrams of sodium per packet. That's great if you're an endurance athlete running in high temperatures, 100 plus. But if you're not perspiring that much, if you're not doing that much activity, if you're simply exercising, well, normally, it's a lot. You're looking at intake, you take a few packets, 10,000 milligrams of sodium a day. So what I like to do is I like to flavor all my water with electrolytes, because electrolytes are vitally important for you to intake. Now, what do? I take Ambrosia Hydroglyph. So Ambrosia Hydroglyph, available in stick packs as well as bags. Now, it's beyond sodium, potassium, magnesium. It has other things that'll help your body keep muscle and perform better. It has the essential amino acids. It has your branched chain amino acids. It has velocitol, which doubles the power of those amino acids. It even has my HMB. So if you're really training hard, it staves off muscle loss. If you're looking for something well beyond the current electrolyte you're taking, something that won't overdo it, but give you everything needed to perform at your best and be as healthy as possible, Ambrosia Hydroglyph is your choice.